Okay, despite me being far behind in opening a lot of my Origins figures, we're going to open up some new ones today. And we have been opening up a lot of Horde, and we're going to look at the whole Horde collection and take a look at some of these really cool new ones. And I think that this is all of the Origins figures that from the Horde that I haven't opened. I mean, there is more. There's some kind of deluxe. What was it, a 4 or a 5 pack that they all were in red shades? The Evil Horde. I just opened a Modulok though and realized that I have the major 5 now. The first 5 Horde figures. So it would be nice to put them all together and look at them. But I'm not going to be opening this today, even though I really want to open this, and I love the concept figures more than I like maybe any of them, because they're new and they're cool and they're different. But today we're going to open up. Who is this? This is Hurricane Hordak. I've talked many times about how I never got the gimmick figures, the reissues of He-Man, Skeletor, and Hordak. As a kid, I just wanted the signature look, and the other ones didn't interest me with the gimmicks. But, I mean, now I get everything that I can get. But also, that head is really cool, and these are really cool. This art is really cool. I find that I was looking at the art on the back of these, and they really reminded me of like propaganda war poster kind of thing, and I love that. And I know that the She-Ra cartoon was super into that stuff. It was so much like that, being a rebellion, and it was a really cool concept for a cartoon, especially for kids. I did like the She-Ra cartoon a lot more than I liked the He-Man cartoon. This going on right here, this is one of the fan favorites they put out, and I'm pretty sure it's the only fan favorite that they redecoed. So her gold is different. I mean, it's not completely different, but I have my Horde, my regular Origins Horde collection right here. I mean, we're getting new cartoon collection ones, but they don't really count. And I'd have to say, if I had to choose between cartoon collection and original figure-based Origins, I like these ones better, which is another problem with my Modulok review, because Modulok was said to have been a cartoon collection on Amazon Canada anyway. It was listed as a cartoon collection, and it's not. Yeah, there's no way. We'll pull that out later. I can't believe this is going to be another long video when I try not to make these long videos. And then here's one that I got a while back, the Horde Trooper Prime. I don't understand what that is. Again, with the war time poster, like, this artwork is so good, especially of these two, I think. Definitely am saving these boxes. I don't know why that Skeletor robot is in here. Were those in the She-Ra cartoon? Hover Robot Prime included, Horde Trooper Prime, Guardsman of Doom Tower. I guess that I was just going to say, what is this guy? Why is he different? Why is he special in red? What faction is he from? He seems kind of cartoon, comic book based. It would be my guess. But you can see he is fighting only Snake Men. They put so many cool things. How is he different from the other one we got? Does he have that cape? There are so many questions. We are going to be talking about capes too in this video. This rock and roll head of Hordak is so cool. I guess, that would be the head that I'd want to give him. Alright, I'm going to put this somewhere else so I don't drop it. I'm going to get my scissors out. The She-Ra's going to be the hardest to open, but I do want to open up one of these new ones first. Let's get to Hordak first. Let's cut the tape carefully, because I want to keep the box. Oh, no, it's opening. I talked about, when I opened up Modulok, how much I loved those drawings. They are really, really cool. Love that. They usually put them on both sides of the flaps. Let's just pull that out. Let's look at the artwork. Sometimes I wish I'd shown you more of the sides of the packages. It's very beast heavy on this one. I hope we do get beasts. I am the Towers of Grayskull. Oh, that brings me to the Lords of Power. So I was thinking about me collecting every one of these figures and everything, and I really do miss that I did not get the Lords of Power set. It was so expensive though. I think it was like $500 to get it. So I couldn't do it. Sometimes it's really hard for a Canadian collector. This is double, triple taped there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should go to this side and deal with what that is. But I mean, I didn't buy this on any second-hand market or anything. This came directly from Mattel, if I remember correctly. I guess these boxes, especially in Canada, or did I get it from Big Bad Toy Store? I don't know. I can't remember. There's so many, and I'm so far behind. Check out that. That's really cool. Oh, he's got a Roboto, which is really interesting because that is that the last thing? Yeah, the last video I did was the turtle Build-A-Figure robot, which was, oh man, those figures I loved so much. Let's see if we're seeing anybody else. I do love that feature. I just me talking about how I don't like gimmicks, but I love the Roboto gimmicks, and I actually love the Build-A-Figure gimmicks. And I love that you can build these guys. Have you seen anybody up there that mostly Snake Men that I think we've already seen? Yeah, there's it's coolness. I mean, there's a lot of gimmicks definitely going on in here. And I guess we're getting individual comics for all of these things, which is incredible. Can you believe that we're getting like our own individual comics? And look, we got this ketchup and mustard theme going on here in these packages. Let me pull that. Oh, whoa! They did a Ninja Turtle thing with this. All right, so I kind of really like those colors. I'll be saving all of that in all of the boxes. I might have to check back on those though. Who knows if I need instructions. Let's I guess first I have to see if we've continued on the Ninja Turtle trend. We have. And I don't know if Mattel is listening to me, but I always talk about how collector cards, now how I'd love if every action figure came with collector cards. This is amazing. This is such a nice thick sturdy card. However, it's not collector card shape. It is comic book shape, which I do like that consistency, but it's not going to fit into my binder the way that I need it to. These are going to slide all around, so I'm going to have to start a new collection of these cards. I like that it's not international, so that means that I get the text on it. With my turtle figures that were international, they did not include all of the information. They just put the name, so it made the cards like kind of useless. But the card is a win for me. It's sad that we don't get a comic, because the comics are cool too, even though I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever read one of them, mostly because, again, we don't get text in our comics. That's how it started out, so there wasn't any text on these. But let's look at this. This is horrifying, scary coolness. We got kind of an old comic book look on that, and that is more my jam. It looks less digital and less modern. I guess I could say that. But oh, we got Cyclone, who I'd never officially reviewed, but I did show him in my module lock video. There's a lot of synchronicities coming on in this. But that is a look at the comic. I should sit down and read them. Maybe they'll do one of those books like they did with the original comic books, even though I never read that either, even though I have a copy of it. Okay, all right, let's put those really cool things out of the way, and then you know what? I'm gonna pop. This is amazing. I don't know how many ones like this that I've opened, but how easy is that to open? And then how's this for a collector card? I love this, where I don't have to cut my bubble off or anything, and you get to save the card in pristine condition. I love it so much. And then, you know something else I like? Masked or helmeted action figures. So here I am talking about how I don't like gimmicks. These aren't gimmicks though. These aren't things that take away from the sculpt or the mold. So I have to save this clamshell. I've got so much packaging from these things that sometimes it takes up more space than the actual figures that I have, even when I flatten it and everything. There's just so much fantastic artwork. So it seems like I'm opening Despara first. Did I say the names? Despara. Yes, Hurricane Hordak. I started to do that. This is how we do videos here. Regular She-Ra. Despara. Which, does it say who she is? Powerful captain of the evil Horde. That's when she was bad. Now, if you're familiar with the Filmation cartoon, she never looked like this. They just made her look all pretty, like a Barbie doll. And then later in the comics, which maybe this is all comic based. Maybe this head, this crazy Hordak head, is comic based with a mohawk, a spiked mohawk. Okay. This cape looks so much like what did I just open? I guess it was from the Ninja Turtles. It looks so much. This inconsistency, it drives me crazy. All right, here's the She-Ra comic book, and it is not taped down. I kind of like how they don't tape this down. Let's get the comic book out of the way so you can see there's She-Ra, and there she is as some villain bad person who's been brainwashed, but she just has to be unbrainwashed, and then she finds the good within. And I think maybe she finds the good within when the energy from Grayskull gets into her. I think basically that's how it works, and then there's no going back from there. Once you find the light, there's no going back. Unless you go bad. No, that's not true. Some people can go bad again. I think I've gone bad. I used to be so good. Now I'm bad. All right, here we go. Here she is. She's got a helmet, mask on, which is so cool, and it fits really, really well. And she's got, I don't know, her hair must grow when she holds up her sword, and her hair gets all long and stuff. Interesting. That actually happened in the new She-Ra cartoon, where her hair would grow and she would get really big. They had a really significant transformation scene for the new She-Ra cartoon that He-Man never made an appearance in. Okay, she's looking really cool. She's got a lot of details on her. They got different paints. The sculpt is very, very pretty. Unlike the Classics figure, where all of them, they look like a man, but all of the in-house Mattel Origins figures, they look incredible. Mattel has the best designers, the best sculptors, the best. I love their toys so much. Fisher-Price and Mattel both. It's so good. Now, I talk about how Masters of the Universe, I like them because they are so Fisher-Price. This one seems kind of dark. It doesn't have washing on it or anything, which I don't like. I do like solid pops, the ones that look the most like a toy. This one is kind of edgy. This is kind of grown-up Star Wars, but it's done really, really well, and the paint apps all look good. And then there's the cape. All right, she comes with two swords. Check this out. This is kind of awesome, and they are Fisto swords, but I guess you don't really call them Fisto swords, you call them Triclops swords. which he is supposed to be the sword fighter. How come when I saw them, oh, the red thing, I thought I saw that in here, but it's just on the red ball on the end of the handle. They're nice. They're interestingly painted. Let's see. She's got a lot of makeup on. She's got like football makeup on. She doesn't want the glare under her eyes. She's in warrior mode, I guess is where that's coming from. That sword didn't stay in that hand very well. She doesn't come with alternate hands. She just comes with the ones that hold on. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about her. I mean, she looks like she's from Star Wars, so that is kind of a problem for me. I have to say she's not my favorite. I do have to see how the other stuff comes off, though. I can't. It's just, you got to do it, especially with the Origins figures. So I'm just gonna do it. Except I gotta see what she looks like with the swords and her cape and her mask, looking really, really cool. And she's got her undercut, her disconnected undercut, which, I mean, I used to have that haircut for a long, long time. I kind of miss it at times, but I gotta be more minimalist. I ain't got time for hair. All right, so we pull off her head, and we need to pull off her waist and take off this thing, which could be the same as Scorpia. Scorpia could have that. They could reuse that. And then check out this cape. So it's really broad shouldered. This is a lot of plastic. This is thick. The swords can go into this thing, by the way. Oh, it's a tight fit though. That worries me because this is clearly painted, so it's going to scratch off the paint. So maybe I'll just stick it in once. Which side do you think you should put these handle holder, the hand secure pegs on the outside or the inside? I think I like it on the outside. I really like how that looks. We're going to have to stick that back on her. But we got to see what she looks like just in her leotard. So I have to do that first. That peg looks extra long. We're going to look at other girls today. Well, we're looking at She-Ra. So She-Ra's up next. Yeah, she looks very futuristic. She doesn't look very Masters of the Universe is I guess the biggest problem I have. There's no barbarian here. I do realize that the She-Ra cartoon was based in a less barbarian world, and it is a cool looking figure. There's no denying that. But that's it stripped down, and it looks pretty cool like that too. Let's put it back together one more time without the mask on. The mask is really cool. I love a mask. But let's just see. And then we gotta look at more girls. I can't believe I didn't get to the Hordak first. Oh yeah, and then I like how this goes up. It just broadens the shoulder, makes her look more fierce. Okay, and then I guess I do have to put. Oh, can we put the mask on like this? I wonder if they did that on purpose. They should have made it. They should have done some kind of like upside down thing as an homage to how She-Ra can normally. Maybe they did do it. Maybe she's supposed to have like this sun hat like this with spikes on the top. She's got the same thing going on as the new Hordak that we got, but she's so cool. I actually predicted this before it was out. The day before she was announced, I saw her on one of my boxes. Was it the Horde box? It could have been the Horde box. And I thought, Despara is definitely coming. Oh yeah, I think it was, because I saw her right there and knew she was on the way. The two figures that I want the most right now in Origins are Dragster and Blast Attack, who look very, very close and very, very similar. They're weird. They're masked up, and they're very cool. They're very cool characters. So I do want them, and they're more kind of robot people. All right, let's dig into the She-Ra. Did not realize this video was going to take me so long. I didn't realize I was going to do it in this order, and I didn't realize that. I did realize that there's going to be a lot of controversy because the inconsistency kind of drives me crazy. In the beginning, they started doing a lot of cloth goods. So, and then mixing and matching. Why are some capes made out of cloth and some aren't? But I took off her skirt. I took off her cape. I don't like the way that they're made. So this is how I have her, because, I mean, she looks like looks like she's missing a lot. But she has a plastic, she has a plastic skirt and a plastic cape. And I do like the plastic skirt and the plastic cape better than the flimsy cloth ones, which we'll look at in a second, and we will see the difference between how she looks good and how she looks bad in all senses of the word, literally and figuratively. Alright, so here is the reissue fan favorite with her, oh, this is taped down, that's not cool. A very costumey material. It's like she fits more in with the WWE figures. So the WWE Origins figures, they have cloth goods that come with them. Can I call them Origins figures because they're made with the Origins buck? They're so hard to get in Canada. I'm missing so many of them because they're unavailable. I have to mostly get them at toy shows for the people who drive across the border. The hair looks exactly the same, but the reason I had to get her, which is kind of minor. Am I going to talk about now all of the things that I don't have? I really want the Lords of Power set. I guess it's not too late for me to get it. It's probably even cheaper for me to get it on eBay than it was for me to originally buy. I think it is one of those things that went down. But the barbarian part of Masters of the Universe is the most important to me. Thus, my not exactly loving her, even though she's really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's just not my favorite figure. But what's going on here? I can't switch out the cape because she's got all this dark, evil shoulder pads. She's got dark, evil shoulder pads. So I can't even give her a cape. But I guess back to this part where the gold has totally changed. So this does make her look, it makes this figure look a little more, it makes her look a little more darker. This is a cheerful, bright yellow. So this one does fit more into the Origins. So I guess I am good and happy to get this darker, more gold, browner gold. It's kind of cool. She just still has the hologram. She's got this cape, which I do have the cape and the skirt for her. You can see that the hologram on this one actually looks more like a 1980s hologram. And this one is much more sparkly. I guess, well, wait, do these two match? Oh, I guess they do. Look, the sparkles don't pick up as well, but they're a finer sparkle. Which sparkle do you like better? The finer or the bigger? This one looks more like animation. Anyway, that is really cool with the lenticular kind of sparkle. It's cool. Yeah, I think I like the darker metal. I also am not a fan of vac metal in general because it's just one more thing to go wrong and one more thing to chip off. Oh yeah, that is a good segue. None of the flocking really drives me crazy. I had to put Mossman back in his box because I can't store him in a container like this with the other heroic warriors. However, as I was thinking about this, I don't mind. I don't mind the fur. The fur is okay. So I don't know if it's like some kind of like biased or just an opinion in general, but mostly it comes with, yeah, it mostly comes with, can I stick it in a bin? Can I keep them together? Are they easy to play with? Do they flow well? Like, I like how the fur stays in place and you can't mess it up, no matter what. Now the flocking you can rub off, and the clothes you have to adjust. Like, you can see how her clothes aren't perfectly on and you have to adjust them and stuff. So this is the reasoning behind. I want to pick up my figure and it's ready to play right away. This, you can't just pick her up and she's ready to play, and the edges are unfinished of the cape. And yeah, I like the plastic stuff better. But we had a mix of this in the original line too, so I can't say that it's any different from the original Masters of the Universe toy. But I do have to do some kind of adjustments. And I also like that it's an homage to the original She-Ra line, where it was a little more girly and they had dresses and you had to dress them up and stuff. I never had any She-Ra as a child, and they looked so different. They looked like little dolls. So I guess it is kind of a good homage that they are kind of a little doll with a skirt, but I mean, unfinished, thin, costumey material. It's not like it's good quality. It's just like nylon. But still, holy, can I be any more negative? I love Masters of the Universe. I love Origins even more than the regular Masters of the Universe figures. So there, so how's that for positivity? I like Masters of the Universe Origins more than I like my original figures that I had in the 80s. Here they look together. This is She-Ra good. This is She-Ra bad. First, she came first. She-Ra bad is first. Then She-Ra good. Or can you say that? What came first, the good or the bad? She was born good. Are we all born good? And then we get influenced, but then we can bring back the good. I'm not a religious man. Do I believe we're all evil? No. Do I believe that there's good and evil in both of us? Not really. I think we just are. Here's the schematic drawing, which we never got one with Hordak, which I don't like, because I love collecting these. And we didn't get one with the She-Ra either. We didn't get one with her. How could we not get one with her? What? I showed you the comic already. That's unacceptable. They were supposed to show us that, especially because we need to take apart the figures. Yes, I looked at the comic book. We did not get a schematic drawing. Does that mean that they're over? Because she is the most recent figure. So does that mean that they've stopped making these? I know that sometimes they print them on, when they print this stuff on the box like this, when they show the action feature there, that they don't give you the schematic drawing. But whatever. Here's the back of this card. It's an older card. We've looked at this comic book before because it's very old. It came out in this wave. I think this is the only wave. So this was probably the last wave for us to get in Canada. And I think it's the only wave that I have doubles of, because I wanted to buy 2 of each. I wanted to keep one in box for every figure that I bought. But it was impossible. I was lucky if I found 1 of each in Canada in the stores, and then they stopped putting them out completely. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad how hard these were to get my hands on. Zodak is featured here. Zodak is my favorite Masters of the Universe figure. I might even possibly say this in every video, because he is barbarian, he is monster, and he is space. He is everything that is Masters of the Universe encompassed into one figure, and incredible. Can we finally look at this Hordak? Is this really only our second Hordak? Oh, except for that 4 or 5 pack that I don't know anything about. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand what it is. It's not concept. It's is it comic book? Is it? Tell me down below. What is that? First of all, is it a 4 or a 5 pack? It's in the bottom of. It's in a box at the bottom of my closet. Actually, no, I just moved it. It's on the top. We have to look at my. We have to go through my collection, even though I've done it a million times. I've done videos on my full collection of unopened figures. I just did one. But what I do have to do is I have to organize all of my boxes. I've got them all over the place. I've got the packaging that I've saved. So I might have to do a Masters of the Universe packaging collection. And I got to consolidate it. And I got to find out. Because when you flatten the packaging, sometimes it's too large to store. It gets even bigger because you're flattening, and I can't even stick it in the box. So it might be better to fold them back up into boxes to store them. I don't know. I can't bring myself to throw it out though. Oh, I wonder if these guys are going to be able to use their appendages separately together. You know what I'm noticing right now? I'm noticing that they're all red, but I'm noticing that his are translucent. I love that. I really love that. Why aren't his translucent? Some kind of... Okay, vac metal. Vac metal, unacceptable. Even though I love it, I love how it looks. It looks so cool. It's all shiny, but I mean, it's just one more thing to chip off. So I'll take a golden plastic like this over a marbleized golden plastic over a vac metal any day. But this is what we have, and I admit it looks cool, but because of how I store my figures and how I actually, kind of want to play with them, I worry about it chipping off and stuff, but it looks really cool. So coolness, and I guess that means that it's an actual plate, or is it? No, it's not a plate like the original vac metal armor would be. This does not come off. This is his torso. It is a golden vac metal torso. I love this sculpt, the bat wings that are on his back. I think that looks so cool. And the bones around his armholes. Mixing metals, silver and gold. I never had a problem with that. Alright, and then he's got this really cool fist. So, wow. Okay, so no action feature. I don't, because once again, I never had the original. I don't know how it worked. So, I mean, I guess at one point I probably did. Oh, I was wrong about that. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, this is going as... Okay. Oh, I think I was wrong about something. I was wrong about how he could... I think this is... I don't know where that attaches. Oh, maybe... Am I right? Am I wrong? Does that go on there? Does this hold in his hand? Does this go on to? Oh, it's the stub. Okay, I'm right. I was right. I was right. I was right. Okay, I'm excited that I'm right. So this, which hand? Oh, they wanted to go on his right hand, which makes sense. So there's a. It's the same peg as the wrist joint. So this goes into here, and then. I don't want to break anything. Which, can you use it alone as a blaster? Would you use that alone as a blaster? I think so. I cannot wait to see if these fit in there. That's really exciting. But instead, how do we do this? Oh, listen to this. I like that it sounds rusty. Really, really cool. Very satisfying. This is a fidget toy. This is spinning at its best. So we've got this cool spinning feature. We've got this one. Did you get a good look at this? Did you see the sculpt on this? These balls of planetary viney balls. What? And then we have, I did not mean to say that. And then we have this one that looks like it's on hinges. And it would be really cool if these would have functioned. I have to say that would have been awesome, because it does look like that they could have folded in here, but I guess that was a lot. That was too much molding. So we give that a little flick with our finger. Now everything I say is gonna sound dirty, but really cool. And then we have these bat wings, and they're pretty veiny too. Check that out. And he's, I guess he can do stuff like this too. Like he can fly around like a helicopter, but totally cool. I don't know what is flying fist like this. So you're just spinning. There's no button to press or anything. Oh, I was wrong. Oh my goodness, this is actually a gimmick. Look at me like flicking it. You don't have to flick it. You got old school. That's incredible. Did they even put that on Cyclone? I think they did. Again, I didn't do the Cyclone review. Okay, this is even better. You don't even have to flick it. This is the best gimmick ever. The gimmick is contained within here. It's not like the whole body. You don't have to. It doesn't mess up his articulation. He's still the same. He can be taken apart and put together. Does he have a new leg joint that comes off? No. No, unfortunately. This is coolness, especially now that I've discovered this, and it works really, really well. And then look at the tech on this beast. Incredible. Something that this is like the first time that I rather have the gimmick on than not. Actually, that's not true. It's like holding the weapon in his hand. I would prefer the figure to have his weapon in his hand. And then he's got this head, which just is, it's biker. It's kind of funny, actually. I prefer the other head, which is kind of strange, because I think I will keep him like this, because he will be more unique in my bucket. But I mean, he looks like he's missing something. I would prefer if he would have been like this, but he had the hood. I definitely would have liked an extra hood or a cape to go with this. But hey, maybe he can use somebody else's hood or cape. He looks really cool though. Actually, his head looks it looks smaller to me on the camera. It's probably my backdrop, and that's why I didn't like it, because his head wasn't very substantial. But it's pretty substantial. It's a nice thick head. It's got a square jaw. And look at the paint on there, despite it just being a skull. Like, come on. All of the fat and the flesh is ripped off this head. And then check that out. I mean, I love these so much. He's got this thing on that you can squeeze that off if you want to. That's also very WWE from that collection. So cool. He's really cool. All right. And then check out these guys together. Look at this badass. Look at them. He looks so much more cartoony. Look, he's got the barbarian loincloth on and stuff. So that really is the difference. And then he's more simplified, and she's got so much detail. Now, her redeeming quality of the detail, because I'm not into detail, I like the simplicity of Masters of the Universe. That is why I like it. But it's done so well. It's perfectly painted. I mean, you know, every once in a while we do get, you know, paint mishaps on our figures and stuff. But she's kind of perfect. Like, it's done so nicely. And they do look good together with their mohawks. Now I want her mohawks to be painted to match his, though, or his could not be painted. His are super rubbery. They're soft. They're soft points. So it doesn't really hurt. Coolness collection. Maybe she would look better with him without her hood off. They look like that they could date. I don't know. Wait, is it supposed to be her father? I don't know. Not that that matters. I don't know. Ask Woody Allen. All right. Oh, but before we review this guy, we look at this guy. We gotta see how this works. Can this work? Can he? Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Check out that blaster. Check out that spinning blaster. Oh look, it doesn't spin as well when it doesn't have like. It doesn't have the. I was gonna say girth. It doesn't have the extra. I don't know. There's probably a scientific word for leverage. Maybe it is levered. The leverage of the distance. It makes that helps with the spinning. There's no momentum in this spin because it doesn't have it. But it is cool that he can throw this awesome translucent blaster. Oh, whoa! These are all blasters. This is another blaster. Wait, that one's a tighter fit. I guess designed at different times. This is wait. I'm confused. Okay, this is Robotos. Now I'm getting it, and this is Trap Jaws. So that's the two different style of blasters, both done in translucent red, which I love. I wish they would have done Hordak stuff in translucent red. Especially this guy. Could have made his head in translucent red. Alright, and then there's even... What is going on here? Why does he have an extra arm? What is happening? Okay. Goodbye, Hordak. What is happening here? Oh. Look what's happened. This is synchronicity at its best and its worst. I can't believe what just happened here. This guy's the missing link. Look at his cape. Look at this. It's the same material. It's bringing it all together. Where you guys were probably wait till you see his cape, and then what is going on with the extra arm, and how's this feature working? I've got two of these. One of them works. Wait, oh yeah, it doesn't work. So what's the point? Yeah. The gimmick is give and take. How does? Oh wait, I don't think the gimmick's gonna work with the cape on anyway. Oh, maybe that's why that was so problematic. Let me see if it worked. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. You got to press really hard, and then what's the point? Because you have to hold them up, pick them, press it, ply it. It's not like you can just hit them in the chest and it works. And besides, it's gonna wear off paint. Probably gonna ding. You're gonna ding this by mistake. Anyway, the feature is not important. However, I think that they contained it quite well, so it doesn't mess up the sculpt. In fact, we know that because of this extra arm. So he's got all the same awesome Origins features, and it's got a cloth cape, unfortunately, but you know what? Yeah, it it made it made the other ones better. He's the missing link. He joins everything. He makes everything make sense. I kind of like that. Kind of kind of so awesome that I opened up all of these Horde pieces together. Can't wait to look at my Horde collection. I'm trying to figure out how to put the cape in without. It's like kind of confusing. Which way's the straight way to keep the cape going in the right direction without wrinkling it? I'm kind of confused at that. I'll have to play with that later, but we'll just let it flow naturally. See, another problem. Oh yeah, I already talked about that problem with the you gotta adjust the cape constantly, or it doesn't look good by itself. I think no, it's getting all wrinkled in the pinch here. So you kind of have to. Anyway, I should just let it flow. Let your cape flow. All right, here he is. He looks pretty good in red. I'm loving the arm. Does this come off? Oh, does he come with a schematic drawing? Where's this? No. No. I looked at his comic book already. Look at this bod. I'm sure I have some of these already. I think. Did I open them? I can't. I must have. Like the Skeletor ones. What pack would have they come with? I don't remember. I don't remember where they came. What they came with. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on with this figure. Wait, does this come off? Okay. Yeah, this comes off. All right. I gotta. Oh, guess what happens though when you take off the. Oh, guess what's gonna happen. Here's the. Okay, goodbye cape. I mean, I don't hate the cape. I'll put it back later. I'll figure out the right way to put it on so it falls nicely and clips in between the two segments really evenly. But that's what it looks like. It's an unfinished, burnt edged cape that looks kind of tattered. The extra tape glue is sticking to it and making it stick to itself. But I mean, it's not the most horrible thing. Cloth goods, but this is really cool. Red. I guess his head comes off. Oh yeah, because you have to be able to put He-Man's head on there, or Hordak's head on there too, to see what they look like as. Oh, since we have an extra Hordak head, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work though because of the chin guard. Oh. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Oh my god, this is so good that I opened this stuff at the same time. Doesn't this look like when he was traveling through and stealing Adora? Didn't he look like this? Maybe that. Oh, do I have to get another one of these? Are these still available? No, I mean I can use a regular Horde Trooper. In fact, or Horde Trooper? Is that what they're called? Wait, I don't. Having a brain fart. Horde. This one's called Horde Prime or something. Horde Trooper Prime. That's right. I don't know what's going on with there. Look, I keep stumbling upon new things. Okay, I'm not going to risk taking this off, or am I? No, I can't. I can see through it because it's translucent. It looks like it's a regular. It looks like it's a regular wrist peg. There on the end. Why doesn't it have? I could break it. All right, I'm not gonna do it. I think I can see through it though. I mean, there's no point in doing it because there's no hand or well, there's this hand. This is a hand on the other hand though. All right, it's confusing. It's confusing, and I don't want to break anything. So I mean, and there's no reason to do it right now. It would be a reason if you wanted to play later. What is going on here? This arm looks short. I guess it's not. Okay, so we've got the elbow, and then we've got the plug in there. I'm struggling with bending the elbow, and I don't want to break anything. And I got to put his other arm back on here. So both of these arms, of course, come off. And then I like this fist a lot, very reminiscent of the original figure. And then they've got this. They've got this to plug in the different guns. So you can either have this one, which I don't understand why they bothered to do that. Well, what? Did they just want to make them deluxe or give us more? Because, I mean, this is fine. Isn't this a blaster in its own right? I mean, it is cool. Oh, I know why they did it. Army Builder. You can give each one of them a different hand so they look different. And that would be what would make them look different, because you just give them a different arm. This one, which we discovered with Horde, this one fits a lot looser than any of the Roboto ones. Roboto ones have a thicker peg. But, I mean, it's cool. And they're translucent. It's too bad that the rest of him isn't translucent. Let's take off the head. He looks really good as a Hordak, as a Horde Prime. Hurricane Hordak Prime, which is going to have to be the title of this. For me to fit all of these figures in the description, I'm just going to call them all one thing. But before we can do a comparison, we have to take out this Filmation bot. I mean, it's really cool that they gave us all that extra stuff when they could have just not bothered. Like, this is cool in its own right that we get two red versions of the robots. I don't remember opening him, but I must have. I don't remember what set. Didn't it come in a set of 3? Don't I have 3 of these? Translucent stand, really cool. Hopefully does it work? Yeah, it's holding them up. I don't remember the articulation on these arms. These spin, he's got an elbow. He's got, yeah, this is really, really cool. Look at the face. He's evil. He's cute. He's cool. He's evil and tough at the same time. Why I love Masters of the Universe. The silver embellishments in the red. It's such a weird pink red, which is kind of cool too. Kind of like, you know, it's pink. It's Shiva Land. Really rusty red pink. Look at the details on here with the robots. Oh yeah, robots seems to be a theme for it recently. I like the robots. I love the robots with the Ninja Turtles sets. And then I think it is now time to bring in this Horde Trooper. How do these differentiate? Not much. Everything is exactly the same. They just colored him different, and it was cool how they incorporated the cape. So yeah, I'm getting some major appreciation for the cape, and kind of cool how these boots come off. None of these weapons stay into the peg hole very easily. Is this Roboto's? I don't have Roboto here with me right now. Does this joint belong to Roboto? It must. I do feel like his arm's a bit stubby, but maybe I don't. I would rather it be stubby than long. No, I kind of just want it to be just right. It's pretty good. It seems like it's a little stubbier than it should be, maybe. But maybe not. It doesn't really matter. It's a robot. It's a robot arm. There's going to be variations. This one's nice and long, though. I think I like that one better because the weapons don't stay in. However, I do love these interchangeable weapons. It's too bad that they don't stay into place better. Do I have arms on backwards? This one's... Now I don't know which was the right way in. Alright, come on. Okay, let's put that back on. Let's look at the trooper. I did get 2 troopers, which is cool. That was enough for me to army build. Just, you know, to flank maybe Hordak on both sides. Stand at an entranceway to have 2. But now I have 3. If this guy counts. I don't know who he is or where he's from. My guess is a comic book. Just like Despara, if that's her name. And then It's kind of funny that I keep She-Ra in with the Horde, but that was before we got any other cartoon. And what am I gonna do? Stick her in with the heroic warriors? And there's so many versions of She-Ra, which I never talked about as well either. So I've got her original face. What was it? Her original face and her original knees were really bad. So I don't know, I can't remember. I think they fixed her face first. And then so I didn't get that one. But then they fixed her knees. So I got one with a good, wait, did I get? I can't, wait, is that, yeah, I don't know if I can remember. Anyway, they fixed her face and they fixed her knees. I'm pretty sure she had a bad face in the beginning. I think I have one that has both the bad face and the bad knees, and I waited for this one to get the good face and the good knees. So, but you could get one with bad knees and a good face. I think that's the, anyway, you can't, now I already have 3 of them, 3 different versions of her. So they tried, and then we did finally get the best one. However, maybe the cartoon one is the best one, because I wasn't even counting her. Cloth goods. I mean, we get rid of the cloth goods, even though the cloth goods are good now because we've got this. But then why do they have this cape? Why is this cape not cloth? And the evil Horde, the original 5. We have Leech. Look how cool he is. I have him in Origins form, I would call this, because look, I took away his suction cup hands, I took away his suction cup face, and I prefer this version. He looks awesome. Mantenna originally came with 2 sets of conjoined legs. Like, he had 4 legs, but they were sculpted together, and he was so thin, he had such a thin body. And then they made him look just so cool. Like, when they drew him for the cartoon, I'm not talking to the microphone. When they drew him for the cartoon, they gave him the bulk of the extra legs. So it was, yeah, he was really cool, and they made him look, the cartoon did him justice, which isn't always the case. And now, with this release, with the extra legs, I mean, they didn't just make him cooler, they made him way cooler, and they made him how they probably envisioned to make him, which is awesome. And then we have Modulok, which Modulok's kind of a mess, but in this form, he's pretty cool, and this is his original barbarian form, but he's also huge, which is crazy, which is probably a good thing. But I don't like these gaps. I think that they should have relied less on the gimmick for him and took away. We don't need him to be as modular as that as adults. They need to use the same. They needed to use the same joint. But I mean, he is pretty cool. I do like him. in this full on. He's not good for playing with. Oh yeah, they switched him up. They tried to make him good for playing, and then that's the worst part about him. The fact that they could have just, made him a great figure without having the gaps and everything. They could have made him more sturdy, but because he's not even any good for. They made him for playing. They made him to be modular, but he's not fun as modular. He doesn't look right. His parts don't go together nice enough to make him into 2 figures. So he has to just stay as 1 figure anyway. So why bother doing that? That's how I feel. Holy negative. I love these figures. They're so good. I'm just picking out the problems, but I love them. I really love them. I love them more than the original. And then I showed you Grizzlor already with his fursuit, which I accept the fursuit because he looks scruffy. no matter how his hair is, he looks good. Should I lower this? And then And then there's original Hordak, which is so cool. And he's got his imp shield, which isn't as impy as it's as impy as it was originally. Rubber cape, doesn't have a cloth goods cape, but so cool. I loved when these came out. What was it? Was it 84? That's like popping into my head. Like I can remember the date. I must have been 84. That's what I just they introduced these 5. I was like, oh man, they're so cool. It's kind of like the monster series that I want to get, which I have that? No. Maybe Masters of the Universe can make universal monsters. I've never been happy with a universal monster collection, and this is kind of what they were going for. I think that I don't know what Batman, vampire, and the human fly, and then this is the Black Lagoon. And then werewolf, werewolf man. What is a werewolf called? A werewolf. Yeah. So that's it. Wolfman. I guess Wolfman. I think that's who's Modulok. Modulok. Oh, Frankenstein. Oh yeah, they really did do it. Wow. Wait, I don't think. Human fly count as universal monster? I don't know. Anyway, they are cool creatures. And then the other Horde member we have is he leaking? I can't believe that some people had leaking ones. We have this guy, Mosquitor, with the pumping gimmick, which actually works and is actually really cool and makes me think, where's our Pulsar? We need a Pulsar crossover so badly. Major Matt Mason Origins, Big Jim Origins. Let's go, Mattel. Let's go. Yeah, what an awesome crew. Oh yeah, now we can add She-Ra, Adora, Force Captain Adora. Wait, what do we call her? We call her Despara. And then there's another Hordak, and there's another Trooper. This is good. I love the Evil Horde. I guess it does go back to monsters. They're monsters. They're awesome. They're cool. They're crazy. Love it. Love Masters of the Universe. Love you. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.